A wise man once said the beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. I choose to not just understand the beer that I drink, but to understand the passion that it takes to create it. This is Geeks on Tap.
Hey, welcome to Geeks on Tap. I'm your host, Jaret, and today we have a special guest. We have Jacob Galvan. I pronounced that right?
It's sort of, kind of. It's okay. Like Galvan.
Is it Galvan? Is that like the Americanized version, or
that's the Americanized version of it? Because Galvan is really hard to say. So
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough, right?
All right. You are the director of parkour at Sport of Cheer, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. So how long have you been doing that job?
This job particular, I've only been doing it for about a year and a half, but in all, I've been training parkour for about 8 years.
We've known each other for a good almost a decade, roughly.
Yeah. It's been kind of crazy because I've actually been noticing that I've been almost here in Austin for a decade, so that's cool. I only met you like 6 months after I moved here, so it wasn't even like a crazy amount of time that I was here.
Yeah, oh my God, I've it's gonna be next year will be 10 years for me that I've been here. So,
dang. Yeah. Okay, so next you moved February. Here about the same time I did. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. It's funny how like you get to meet people and things become your friends become your friends for a good while, and they're like these dancing hands.
No, man. I mean, you met me when I was only like 23, dude. So like that's 23, 24. So it wasn't like I was an old dude when you met me, like compared to now at 32.
I was. So people might know your name because you were the one who suggested that I do the Four Corners Brewery episode for El Chagon.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Because that stuff is so good. That's like that brand is so good. I kind of am a little sad that they took away the pop top that they had on it.
Yes.
Because that was like the coolest thing about it. Like besides the flavor and the beer itself, but like that little aspect was like so good for it because it made me go and look for it all the time. That's why I only had Chingon. I finally had like some of their other ones, and I was like, this is not El Chingon. So
well, I'm a big fan of honey of Local Buzz, which is their honey beer. Yeah, but there was another honey. There's another honey beer that I would bring onto the Drunken Animals was with the Robert E. Keane. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yes, I do remember that
amazing.
One. That one was so sweet. That was like the sweetest beer I think we ever had on the whole podcast. Like was that one. And that one was like
I was like, this is the shit.
Lot.
I love that one.
Dude, that beer was dangerous. We kept on drinking it because it was so sweet and it made you thirsty. Like it made you want to have more to drink. So that was crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about the beer we're having. This is the first time I've actually had somebody doing the same beer that I'm having, which is the Nailed It from Independence Brewery. This is their.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Mr. Brandon Raddick, who is the head brewer at Independence. This man right here, the guy that brews his beer, I teach his kids. It is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I teach his kids. So like this man right here, this head brewer, I love you, dude. I hope he sees this.
Yeah. So this is their 2020 beer.
Yes, it is. It's on. I don't know if you can see this, but it's on fire. It's a cake on fire. There's no candles because 2020 didn't get candles. We only get fire.
Well, I think it's a 2020 candle, like those number candles.
Nah, dude, those are totally just fire. Just a fire on fire
it looks
cake.
Like okay. Well, still, point is 2020 was totally a dumpster fire. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should get on with the review of this beer. And I can. So what do you well, I mean, you're more of a what kind of beers do you usually drink? Because this is not one of the ones that I would totally like go out and get myself.
This is more my lane. I am a stout porter guy. The higher the content, the better for me. That's always That's always how I've been. So this is
6.8?
6.8, which is not high in. It's not okay. I go higher usually, so like this is a pretty good middle road kind of for me. But it's more of like a porter kind of flavor, or porter kind of ABV basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna use words like that. Oh shit. Okay, fuck. Okay,
alcohol by
I gotta
volume.
get better. Yeah, I gotta remember all my abbreviations. Well, I also gotta like remember. What is IBU again? It was
that's the International Bitterness Unit.
Yeah, there we go. So,
so you'll see that a lot on IPAs. Yeah,
so which was like totally different from this stout. Like, I'm more of an IPA drinker, double IPA drinker. So like, this is not hoppy. This is not like, what is it, bitter? So I was taken aback by it real fast on the first drink. The first drink was like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's coffee. And then suddenly it changed to chocolate cake. And then I was like, I hate both of those things, but that's okay because it's a beer. It's like, I was expecting a Guinness taste from it, not gonna lie. I was like trying to taste it as like a Guinness, but it's just stronger tasting and like, but it doesn't taste strong. It goes down real nice. It has a very velvety feel on the tongue.
Yeah, it's I like it. It's oh, sorry.
You're like, this beer is
very
so
dry.
Good. I love it.
There you go. It's very dry. It's a very dry kind of stout. Like it's not very.
Okay.
It doesn't like quench your thirst. It makes you like want more water, I guess.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is a good way of putting it. Because I keep on drinking it, even though I'm like, this is kind of a hard taste. Still keep on like, Oh, excuse me. It's like, ooh, this is nice. I like this. This is good. Again, it's not one that I would go after, but I'm probably going to finish this 6-pack anyway, just because, that's what you're supposed to do to get a full good taste of it. You got to at least drink 6 of them.
Well, this one, I mean, that's going to really get you. So 6 of these will get you.
Well, I mean, I've been drinking heavier beers, so I think my weight is up on beers. I think so.
Like, what are the kind of ones that you've been experimenting with lately? As far as
lately, I've been just doing with what is it? Whoever makes Imperial IPAs. I keep on going after those. Whoever makes an Imperial IPA.
Oh, the IPA ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that I've haven't really been experimenting outside of IPAs. I mean, I went for a double. I went for a double IPA. I think a Tripel has been like the only other beer that I've gone after. But then I remembered why I don't like Tripels, because they taste like Francis Connor. And again, Vienna sausages forever, dude. Like, so it's just how it is every time. So I know it doesn't taste like that to you, man. Like I feel like I was just too young in the beer game when we were drinking those.
It's funny you mentioned that. Actually, one of the episodes coming up, I'm going to feature the Francis Connor. I'm doing God. Yeah. No, it's fine. Everybody has their taste. Cool.
Who's drinking it with you? Who are you gonna get?
Oh, no, it's going to be my own. Like, it's going to be what we call First Loves episode.
Okay.
So it's actually going to be for Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's going to feature 3 beers that 3 of my earliest beers that I ever liked or really loved. And I'm kind of going back and just tasting those again and kind of, first love,
Yeah. Man, I can't go back to my first loves of beer. If I did, I'd be trash people. It'd be like Budweiser and like some, like, I think the most crazy thing I would have had on there would be like a Dos Equis. And in comparison now, that's so light. Like, it's water. Like, water with no flavor. It's fun.
It's funny. There is kind of a nice, like, I don't mind a Dos Equis depending on my mood. And like, especially with a lime, it's a lot better.
I keep on getting this weird like throw up taste from it now. I don't know why. I think it's just I'm too far into the beer game now. Like it's the skunky taste on it that I'm starting to taste now, instead of like, ooh, this is a refreshing beer when it's hot as hell outside. Like,
yeah, it does help.
Yeah.
So I know that I told you we're going to talk about WandaVision. Now you said you didn't watch it, but you just did like a kind of a recap, right?
I'm not watching it right now, just because after seeing after seeing the first episode and just kind of like feeling the sitcom part of it and not really wanting to play Marvel's game of giving the sitcom try to a Marvel thing, even though this feels more like it should be a She-Hulk series than an actual like Wanda and Vision story, just because of the homage. Like it's just too. It feels so weird. It feel like.
I mean,
I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I like it, but I don't like it. After watching a couple of reviews and seeing it, I'm like, Easter egg wise, cool. This is an Easter eggs series. I'm just going to be given a lot of fun stuff to look at, but I don't feel like putting it sitcom style is going to make me feel it. But I mean, that's after watching that was after watching the first one, and now that they're on like I saw a review on episode 3, and yeah, that's the thing. It's not spoiling anything for me. I've read too many of the comic books, so I'm like, nothing's new to me. Like everything that I'm seeing is like, okay, this is Wanda and Vision's timeline. They're using the Aether to get everything going, and it's Mephisto that's messing with everybody because Agnes Harkness is in it, and she's a witch, just like Scarlet Witch, but she sold her soul to Mephisto to get powers. So I'm thinking like that chick and the dude that's cutting the wall, the concrete wall with his hedge clippers. Yeah. I think that's actually Mephisto, and it's actually just it's a sword bubble that they're in that is holding Scarlet Witch's attempt to keep Mephisto from entering the physical plane of the world. That's why it's a TV show-esque thing, because he's like a Dormammu. He's like a guy that's in another place that's trying to invade this reality. So I'm looking at it like that because that's the only reason that Wanda and Vision get their children in general is because of Mephisto. So like, to me, this is a really weird, like, magic science comedy that's happening. Again, why I'm not really liking it, but now that after seeing that third episode's review of it, it feels a lot better. It feels more like The Good Place at that point, which took a couple episodes to get into. So like, yeah,
dude, I mean, The Good Place. Oh my gosh.
Like, I mean, it's ABC,
it's funny,
man. It's
when we're watching The Good Place, Samantha was like, oh my God, Jason just seems like Jake.
Oh, dude, I relate to that guy so much. Jason's me. When I die, I'm gonna make sure that the what the fuck was this team? The Bengals,
the Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm gonna learn how to make Molotov cocktails for no reason. Like, it's gonna be great. It's
well, she was saying, like, she wasn't saying, like, the positive things about Jason, about positivity. Just wanted to make that clear, because she was like, I didn't mean this, I meant that. So
oh no, I took everything from that dude. That guy is me. Like, that is me to a T, man. But what's your take on WandaVision? What's like, what are you liking about it?
So like, it's funny because we, I was talking to my friend Rob Rowland, who did the last episode. You can actually watch it here.
I saw that.
He talked about WandaVision. He was like, oh, it's like this and this. I forget the exact thing. And I was like, well, I watched, Nick at Night when I was a kid. And so like, I'm down for this. He's like, Jesus Christ, you're old.
Oh my God, what a dick. I mean, I'm that old too, but fuck you, Rob. Like, I know
he's
you
like the same age as you.
But whatever. I know you can fight me and you have actual combat experience, but dude, I'll wrestle you to the ground. I don't care. Like, I'll get my ass whooped. I don't care. We'll go 6 rounds. I don't give a shit. I'll get tapped out, get back up. Let's go, dude. Like,
but like you said that you watched Bewitched and I Love Lucy when you were a kid and stuff like that, and I did too, because like that was all we had to watch, because there wasn't any. Like, I watched like the Monkeys when I was a kid. I watched like all these
big
old
monkey
shows.
Fan.
Yeah. So like, that's how I know who the Monkeys are. And like, I even watched like Dobie Gillis.
Okay, now you're showing
like,
your age,
obscure,
man. Like, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Shows that nobody heard about. And it's funny because it stars Gilligan. The guy who later would become Gilligan, but he plays like a beatnik. And like the star of the show is that guy. He's like got this crop top, and he's like got it like a plaid shirt on, like with a short sleeve, And he was like, I don't know why girls don't like me. And he's like a square.
Wow. Okay. And you're using words like he's a square.
Yeah, he was a square. Dude, he was like, you're like, he's like Tommy American. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Like the 50s, like, this is our best American we could ever have, you know? So I kind of want to go into like our history that, you know, we, like I said, we've known each other for about 10 years, if not like 8. The first time I met you,
last time, dude.
It is, man. Like the first time I met you was at a frat party.
I know.
I don't know if it was a frat party. It was a house party, right? It was a house party, but it was at a college. It was at UT, and it was on Lamar, right? Or Guadalupe.
Yeah. No, it was on Guadalupe. It's on Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Yeah. So, anyways, I was invited there by a friend of yours who was on our podcast. Samuel.
You're Sam. Yeah, you're Sam.
Sam. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I mean, because I was like sitting like around like, Jaret, you're never going to go anywhere. You don't do anything. I mean, might as well just go to this thing. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, and I went, and then you were like handing out beers, and then weren't you mixing as well?
I was bartending. That's what I got. That's what I was hired to do, as you are usually hired at house parties to do stuff like that. I just had the most mixology knowledge and beer training, I guess. That was fun to meet you on that night, because I mean, like you're the only nerd that was there. So fellow nerd to fellow nerd, we just hit it off, dude.
Because we bonded over our love of Doctor Who.
Yeah, and I had just gotten into it, dude. Like maybe that month I had just gotten into it. So I was like, I think I had just gone through Eccleston as my doctor, and that, like, I had just gone through it. So of course I was like on a giant Eccleston, like could not hop off his dick because he was just so good, man. Hey man, he's the best. He's the best. Like, I don't care what anybody says. He's the best. He's never gonna come back. It's the greatest thing ever. Like,
well, he is coming back for a Big Finish.
No, he's not.
Audio. Well, he is.
He's not coming back then. It's not gonna be him. It's gonna be CG him. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like Tupac.
But like, so we talked about Doctor Who, and you said, I know how to make sonic screwdrivers.
Yeah,
which is a nerd variation of the screwdriver, which is break down the stuff for me, man.
Well, okay, so I had already been I already liked screwdrivers. I was a vodka drinker, but when I met you, so of course I was just like, well, how do I make it glow? How do I make it sparkle and stuff like that? And so when you asked me, like, I think it was like later on in the night, if I want to do the Animals podcast and just come on as like as a bartender for the podcast, I was like,
you were our spider.
I was like, I was spider. Weird. And
but you didn't get shot. You actually got promoted, so you know.
That is true. I did get a better name after that. So I mean, but the sonic screwdriver is just it's regular screwdriver. All you got to do is add Sprite or blue Curaçao to make it 10 or 11, which was like the coolest thing ever, because they do glow by themselves. Like that was really crazy. Just adding Sprite or adding blue Curaçao to it. That was cool. Like, I really enjoyed those drinks a little too much, I think, while we were on the podcast. Just not gonna lie. Also, I had a heavy hand when we started too, so it was also that.
So, kind of going back into that, like, you came on, you did some of the drinks, and then we had another co-host. I'm not going to kind of go into the drama of it, but eventually he left the podcast.
Yeah,
he left the podcast. You took over, and then we went from Chicken Monkey Duck to the Drunken Animals. And then you stayed on as the primary 3 with me as Chicken, Brandon as Duck, and you as Monkey. And you were Monkey number 2, but you were the best Monkey.
No, I was Monkey number 1. I was Spider Monkey. Like,
Spider Monkey.
I mean, it helps, man. I do parkour, so I mean, it makes sense that I'm a Spider Monkey, not just a monkey. Like,
yeah, man.
I've also figured out how to shoot webbing out of my ass, which is really cool now. Like, but it's better than blowing bubbles off your tongue. So,
wow. It's like old times, man.
I know it feels just like old times.
Well, it's so weird. Like, so kind of let me kind of diverge a little bit. You want to talk about your brand, let's see, MTNty brand, and
yes,
that's something that you talked to me about when the last time I saw you, right before everything just went to shutdown mode.
Yeah,
and we met at Oscar Blues. We hung out at Oscar Blues. And it's the first time I saw you in probably like a year and a half, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
it was a while.
Yeah, amazing how
I'm like, I'm engaged, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Like, I mean, for a year and a half, I didn't see you, and we live in the same city, but you're in the northern part of the city. You're in. I'm not going over there unless I really need to. Like,
it might as well be just like two different states, North Austin, South Austin. So.
Well, no, it's three, man. There's North Austin, then there's Northern Austin, then there's Mid Austin, then there's Southern Austin, and then you finally get to actual Southern Austin, which is like the cow people. So, I mean, those are pretty cool. I mean, I'd rather be up there with you with the rich hippies, but I mean, that's just how it goes.
Not rich.
Hey, man, you're in the rich hippie area. That's the cool rich hippie area.
Well, it's all right. But
it's all right. It's all right.
But you were showing me the stuff that you were making. Your basically your like boxes, right?
So MTY stands for Mighty. It's my brand that I've been working on for the past year. I'm slowly making parkour boxes out of it, but it's starting to become my program for parkour, the Mighty Parkour program, because although I love parkour and everything about it, I always feel like there's a lot of like what is it? Like kind of not really strong people within the older community. And by that I mean like not my age group, like seriously not my age group of like over 30 people, because we're ridiculous people in general, but like everybody between like 20 and 30, they break real easily. They have this like idea of like they're done at 20 or 25, and it always like makes me weirded out, because I'm like, I'm older than you and I don't feel done yet. So the idea behind Mighty is just to stay strong and mighty throughout your whole life. So that's what I've been doing with all my products, and all my stuff is strong and mighty. Like it's made out of extra wood that I find everywhere. Make sure it's strong, make sure it's good, and I just make obtuse obstacles out of it. And by obtuse, I mean like they're at weird heights, they're at weird angles, they're at weird everything, because that's what you find in the parkour aspect of doing everything. So that's why I've been doing it. And it also has been really fun making these logos for it too, because it's like super big, sexy block letters. Everything's really blocky, and it goes with everything that I'm doing. So pretty cool in that aspect.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you showed me the photos, and I was like, holy crap, you're like really doing a lot of different things now. Trying to like do side stuff. And
well, I mean, when I was talking with you about it, I was only doing the parkour boxes, but slowly it's been changing into like doing extra designs, doing t-shirts, making stickers, making logos for other things. Like it's gotten me back into like my artistic side. So that's been pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's been the best aspect of it, is the fact that I feel like I'm finally becoming a grown up, man. I feel like I'm finally understanding what it's like to be like your age. So it's taken me long enough, but I mean, I'm finally starting to figure it out. So,
hey man, like I've always said that you are the most positive person I've ever met, besides my future brother-in-law. You know, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, you're always like shining and like always just really outgoing, and like just I mean, I know you're not that way all the time, but you really know how to pick people up when they're down. So
hey man, you don't want to be sad all the time. It's not fun. I look forward to talking to you too, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
So I have to ask, because this is the one thing I've been fighting everybody on the internet with. Did you watch Wonder Woman?
Did I watch it? Yes. Actually, we went to the theater and saw it on Christmas Day. We committed because I'm like, I want to see this on the big screen. and damn the consequences. I'm going to go see a movie on the big screen in 2020. I don't care. And also, you know what? I think it deserved to be seen on the big screen, but that's my personal opinion.
I think it did too. Like I saw it at home. I saw it at HBO Max. I saw it twice. I saw it first night. I watched it with my nieces. I got myself hella drunk while watching it. I cried. I had emotions. There was things that touched me that only angels can do, or pedophiles. And I felt it. I really, really felt it. And then I saw all the reviews on it. And I was like, maybe I was just too drunk to enjoy this movie. Maybe I just enjoyed it because it was good storytelling and I was too drunk to see the visuals. And then I watched it sober, completely sober. And I still cried in the same spot, still saw it the same way. And so like, I can see the consensus on everybody on it. Cause after I saw it, I was like, okay, the visuals weren't that great. The storytelling to me actually was pretty good. But then again, I've been reading comic books for too long and I get enamored with stories really fast. So like I see the themes quickly, and it's not like I'm not hating on the movie and I'm not supporting it all the way, but I did think it was a lot better than a lot of people are giving it credit for. Again, I did see it before I saw the ending of The Mandalorian. And once I saw The Mandalorian's ending and then I saw Wonder Woman again, I can see the like, okay, we just saw this badass fucking thing happen on Disney Plus with their Mandalorian series. The same dude, same everything, bigger, like about the same budget, but it's a TV show. And then we go to a movie and it doesn't have as good of practical effects, doesn't have good visual effects, doesn't have as good. They didn't utilize the Pedro Pascal as good as they could have as Maxwell Lord, even though he was carrying the ship the whole time.
I think he was really good. I liked him as the villain. And the big moment that I geeked out was when she's like, so my dad was trying to figure out how to make this thing and like how to expand the visibility field. And then me and Samantha Turner's like, invisible blade. We got so excited. It was like a great like geek moment. Yeah.
Dude, I started like, cause I'm granted, I was trashed the first night I watched it. So I'm with my nieces and we're like, how did you do it? She was just like, and I was like, she's like a Dragon Ball Z character right now. She's just pulling it.
Yeah.
Again, there was like little things that made me geek out really hard in that movie. I think that's more of like the actual feel I got from it was because of that, the geeking out moments, the actual like, oh, this is amazing. I got to figure out why she flies a plane. Like, why doesn't she fly? Like, she can fly. Like, what does that mean? Like, so. And
when she figures out how to fly the first time, or at least stay in the air, I thought that was a good moment. Like, there was a lot of good moments of that movie that I really like, and that's the thing. Like, people were like bashing, and I'm like, you know what? I think seeing it on the big screen kind of colored my eyes a little bit more of like what it's supposed to be. And you know, I mean, I'm sure if it was on IMAX, it probably would have been even more amazing. So, but it was a good time at the movie theaters. That's what I can say. So,
well, I'm glad you got to see it on a big screen, because I'm like, after watching it, what is it now, 4 times on TV, it doesn't feel the same, man. It's like it's like Man of Steel. Like, after watching Man of Steel on the big screen and then seeing it on a smaller screen, I was like, man, this movie was made for IMAX straight up, because like it felt the same way. Like, the flying scene felt the same way as Man of Steel from Wonder Woman.
Are you looking forward to the Zack Snyder Justice League?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was so mad. You remember how mad I was when we saw Justice League? I was so disappointed. I hated myself for being a DC fan and putting so much effort. And it was on my birthday that it came out, and it was so.
That's right.
It was such a shitty birthday because of that. I mean, and I defended it as much as I could, but dude, it's 2 mashed up movies put into one. And now that like, it seriously felt like half the story was done, and then another author took over the story to finish it out. And it felt like in comic books when you get like you get a good story going, and then a Grant Morrison comes in who doesn't have any idea how continuity works or anything, and just makes a fucking story and then just puts it in and is like, okay, that's how it works. And like, that's not, where did this Batman character that you made get to this point of view? Why is he here when in all the lead up to this, he wasn't this dude? Like, why is it suddenly we're there? And then it's just like, well, that's just how it goes. And then they go on to like the next thing. So it was like, okay, once they went to the next thing, the original author came back and it fixed everything. So it's just, that's how it felt. So now seeing it as a Zack Snyder movie, like, dude, he had a lot of like themes he was going for. He had a lot of shit that he was trying to get onto the screen. And the fact that like,
I mean, it's originally going to be like 2 movies originally.
Yeah. And it would have worked really well.
I think the 4-hour now, because it said instead of a 4-hour miniseries, it'll be a 4-hour movie now. Like they just announced that. And I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I kind of want it to be 4-hour miniseries. I just want it to be like
because you want
4
to
episodes.
Sit and let it go, sit and let it go, sit and digest. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've been watching too much Disney.
I'll still watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it because I think it deserves to be seen because, I mean, as much as I wasn't a fan of it either, but I think that I'd rather see like the original, intention, just to be like, and I'm not even a big Zack Snyder fan, to be fair, but I think that I would like to see what he was going to do. I don't like his Superman. That I'm against his Superman idea.
Whoa!
And I have a whole video where I went up into that.
Whoa, dude! Whoa! What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Okay, so I had a whole video. I talked about it.
I'll watch your video. I will see it. I'll see a rant. I will make a rebuttal because, dude, come on!
I'll send it to you if I have to.
So he's Jesus. It doesn't matter. Let it go, dude. Like that's part of.
No,
that's why. Like saying Alex Ross and Kurt Wade are wrong for making Kingdom Come, or wrong for making Marvels, or wrong for making anything that they've worked on together. So, Superman's a weird character, man. He's Jesus in the DC universe. So I mean, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt in that one.
I guess also you have to understand.
I'm sorry. I gotta see your video. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I'll just touch on it a bit. I think that the reason why I probably was opposed to it was because I came of age during the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. So like I have that whole like emotion behind that and how I believe the character should be. So I think that's also coloring my interpretation. But like I said, watch the video. I'll have you, if you have any notes, let me know.
I'll come back. I'll tag you in a response video on YouTube for it. Like, don't worry.
Okay. And it's gonna be like 4 pages long. Yeah,
it'll be my next video that I put out just cause I want to rant about it at you, not with you, at you. So we'll see.
4 years later.
4 years later, yeah. Hey man, we only see each other like once a year, so it's fine apparently. So cool.
I'm trying. I hope that I am able to hang out with you and everybody else this year. Like, I really want that. To be honest.
Well, I mean, we were able to do it before quarantine, and we should be able to do it like soon.
Well,
again,
before quarantine, before it's like, hey, you will die if you have heart problems. So.
That is true. That was a scary thing for you. So I mean, I get it, man.
So again, I wanted to thank Jacob Galvan for being on the show. If you wanted to kind of talk about where people can follow you, or because I know you do a lot of parkour videos on your Instagram. Good Luck Jake, correct?
Yes, Good Luck Jake. If you want to find me, I'm Good Luck Jake on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me as Jacob Galvan. On YouTube, you can find me as Good Luck Jake PK. The YouTube one is still really new. Started it about a year ago. Haven't put up a new video recently, but that's okay. Like, I'm still working on it. Most of my stuff has been on TikTok. You can also find me on TikTok at Good Luck Jake. Good Luck Jake also. That's more of where I'm going to be putting stuff, just because it's an easier platform to edit and do stuff with without having to have a computer. Everything I do is on my phone, so kind of like my thing. But that's
because I was like going like, oh, you have a computer, and you're like, no, I have my phone.
I guess phone.
That's okay. But yeah, and then also, so if you want to plug your brand.
Yeah, the Mighty brand, that's MTY exclamation point. That's my parkour brand. You can find it at Sportive Cheer, located in South Austin on Slaughter Lane. If you ever want to try a parkour class with me or have your kids try a parkour class with me. So cool.
All right, sounds good. Well, again, I just wanted to thank you for being on the show. You're a very good friend of mine. I hope to see you in person soon. When
I hope
all this
so too.
stuff.
I hope we can do one of these in person because, like, dude, I miss you.
Yeah.
I miss you a lot.
Yeah, I miss you too, man. Well, again, this is Jaret for Geeks on Tap. You can follow us on social media at Geeks on Tap Show. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel for more future episodes like these Zoom calls that I'm doing. I want to try to do one a month if I can. And then also we have themed episodes and our quick brew reviews coming out as well. I've got a couple of episodes coming down the pike pretty soon. So until next time, this is Jaret for Geeks on Tap and
Jacob Galvan.
All right. Well, until next time, your next drink is on us. Cheers.
Cheers.